A very warm welcome to all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School. It's truly my pleasure to be your guide for this part of your online learning journey. Today, we're going to dive into something absolutely fundamental, a skill that's really at the heart of every single five-star experience: communication mastery. This is what takes a simple service and turns it into a genuine art form. And believe me, it's going to be crucial for your professional development in the luxury hospitality world. So, let's get started.
Just let that sink in for a moment. Your voice is the final layer of a professional's identity. Wow. You see, in the world of luxury, every single word you say, every little interaction, it all becomes part of the brand experience. We're not just talking about being polite here. This is so much bigger. It's about actually embodying that standard of excellence your guest is paying for and expecting. Things like slang, filler words, super casual language, they just don't fit into this picture. Not at all.
Okay, first up, we're tackling etiquette. And I know what you might be thinking. Stuffy, old-fashioned rules, right? But I want us to totally reframe that. Because in modern hospitality, etiquette is actually one of the most powerful professional tools you'll ever have.
So what's so interesting here is this idea of social safety. Think about it. Etiquette gives you a clear, predictable playbook. When you know exactly how to greet a guest, how to present a menu, or how to navigate a conversation, poof, all that potential awkwardness just disappears. What you're left with is an atmosphere of order and calm, and that's what lets the guest truly, completely relax.
All right, let's keep building on that. We've got the framework of etiquette, so now let's talk about the actual building blocks, your words. This is where it gets really intentional. The vocabulary you choose is literally how you craft that five-star experience, moment by moment.
And this just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? On the left, you've got phrases that, they get the job done, but they create friction. They're blunt. But on the right, well, that language is respectful. It's proactive. It's positive. Just look at this one. "We're out of that" is a dead end. But "the chef has prepared a beautiful alternative" suddenly becomes an opportunity. See the difference? You're not just reporting a problem anymore. You're presenting a solution.
So the takeaway here is you need to build your own toolkit of these positive, empowering phrases. Think about them. "May I?" asks for permission, which is so respectful. "Certainly" shows confidence and that you're capable. And "it would be my pleasure," that just completely transforms a simple task into a genuine act of service. These aren't just words on a page. They're powerful signals of respect and professionalism.
But of course, communication isn't just about what you say, right? Your presence, your nonverbal cues, these can be just as powerful, sometimes even more so. It's all about how you carry yourself and how you manage the space around your guests.
Here's a super practical, tangible rule for you. Memorize this number: 1.5 feet. That's about half a meter. This is the magic distance to keep from a guest's table. Why? Because it screams respect for their personal space. You never, ever lean over them to grab something. Instead, you stand tall, you make gentle eye contact, and you own your space with this quiet confidence. It makes a huge difference.
Okay, picture this: a loud, bustling dining room. What do? Well, the amateur move is to try and shout over the noise, but the professional, you do the exact opposite. You actually lower your voice, just a little. It forces the guest to lean in a tiny bit. And in that moment, you've created this instant sense of intimacy, of exclusivity, a little private bubble just for the two of you. It's an incredibly powerful and effective technique.
So, let's start putting all these pieces together and look at the actual execution. I want you to think of flawless service as a kind of choreography. Every single movement, every word has a purpose. And it's all designed to be so seamless that it's almost invisible to the guest.
And these right here, these are the hallmarks of truly elite service. Using a guest's title and last name, that shows you see them, that you've taken personal care. Presenting the menu from the right, that's a standard that creates consistency and predictability. But honestly, the most important skill here is learning to read the room. You just never interrupt. You wait for that natural pause in the conversation, you catch the host's eye, and then you proceed. Always remember, your job is to facilitate their evening, not to become the star of it.
All right, now we're moving on to what is, without a doubt, the most challenging part of our work. All this stuff, etiquette, communication, it's really put to the test when things go wrong. And mastering service recovery, well, that's what truly defines a hospitality leader.
When things get tense, and they will, a spilled drink, a wrong order, a guest who is just plain unhappy, your first and most important job is to be the anchor of calm in that storm. And listen to me on this.
Even if the guest is completely wrong, you never, ever argue. It's not your job. Your role is to de-escalate, to manage your own emotions, and to focus 100% on making things right for that guest.
So I want to ask you this directly. When a guest is unhappy, what is your role in that exact moment? I'll tell you what it's not. It's not to be right. It's not to defend the kitchen or the hotel. Your role is to solve. And lucky for us, there's a framework for that.
This is it, the HEART model. This is an absolutely essential tool for service recovery. So first you hear them, and I mean really listen, without interrupting. Second, you empathize. You show them you get why they're frustrated. Third, you apologize, and it has to be sincere. Fourth, you respond with an actual, tangible solution. And finally, you thank them for their patience. You know, when you do this right, this framework doesn't just fix a problem. It has the power to turn a really negative experience into a moment of incredible guest loyalty.
And that really brings us to our final thought today. Mastering this level of communication, especially showing that grace under pressure, well, this is what separates someone who's just a server from someone who is a true hospitality leader. And that's the journey you're all on. Here at Europe Hotel School, our whole mission is to empower you with this kind of practical knowledge, to help you build a professional mindset, and to give you those future-ready skills. We are truly honored to support you on this learning path, and we wish you nothing but success in your amazing hospitality career.